Hello and welcome to the Ridiculously Good VA Show with Tracy Daviero. If you are a virtual assistant or want to be one, this is the place to learn the tips and tricks you need to become a ridiculously good VA. I've been a part of the VA industry since 1998, and I'm excited to get to know you and help you build an amazing business. Let's go.
Hey there, welcome to another episode of the podcast that teaches you how to be a ridiculously good virtual assistant. If you are stuck and need help moving forward, be sure to book your complimentary cut to the chase call with me so we can talk about the ways that I can help. Book your call at yourvamentor.com/chase. CHASE. Today I want to answer the most frequently asked questions that I get from women who want to start their own VA business. 20 questions, as it were. And today's quote is from Walt Disney, one that I have used many, many times before. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. This is one of my favorite business quotes because it's applicable to so many situations. When we're talking about starting your business, it's okay to have questions, but you have to begin doing if you're really going to get started. So let's answer those questions. Let's go. We're going to get right into this list because there are so many questions that I answer on a regular basis in Facebook forums, in private messages, in my cut to the chase calls over and over and over again. So hopefully this episode will serve as an FAQ for those of you who are just starting to look at the VA industry as an option for you. And naturally, I'll be posting it on my website at yourvamentor.com. First, most often asked question is, can I really make a living as a VA? Well, yes, a lot of us are doing it. And there are thousands of VAs in Canada alone, never mind in the States and the rest of the world. Being a VA is operating a business of your own. And if you do it well, then you can do very well as a VA. That's like the simplest answer to that question. I get it asked a lot. Can I really make a living? People don't seem to believe it, but there are thousands and thousands of us out here doing it. So the simple answer is yes, but you have to remember that you're running your own business. That's all you have to do. How much money does a VA make? I need to replace my corporate salary to work from home. That's very common as well. You can make as little or as much as you want as a VA. You're going to be the one setting your rates, determining how much you work or how often you work. You're going to be finding your own clients. And if you want to make more money, you have to just increase your rates or find more clients. Again, another really simple answer. If you want to work part-time, you can do that too. You are the one who gets to decide. What skills do I need to become a successful virtual assistant? If you have admin skills from a job you have done in a corporate setting, then you can start a VA business. Anything that somebody has paid you to do in a job setting is a service that you can get paid to do as a VA. I always suggest starting with what you know first. You will hear me say this all the time. When you're also starting a new business, there's enough of kind of new stuff going on around you. So starting with services that you already know how to deliver is so much easier than learning something brand new and then trying to find people who are going to pay you to do it, even if you have no experience doing it for clients. Does that make sense? General admin skills are still the most in-demand services because every single business owner needs them. You might think it's social media, but it's not. A lot of businesses don't even use social media. If you're seeing the people need social media services, think about where you're seeing that. It's on social media, isn't it? That makes sense. How can I find clients for my virtual assistant business? You're going to look for clients in a lot of different places. You can rely on job boards if you like, but to me, that's a really reactive way to find clients. It can be really competitive, but also you're not doing anything to find clients for your business. You're just waiting until someone posts something, right? I always suggest networking to find clients instead. It's far more proactive and something that you have a lot more control over. Find a community of entrepreneurs that you can become a part of, whether that's a local group or an online group, and really get to know the people in it. Let them get to know you too. Help them and showcase your expertise inside that community. And the clients are going to be easy to get. What kinds of clients need VAs or use VAs? I love this question. There are so many industries that are already using VAs, and you're so lucky now. When I got started, there were a lot of people who did not know anything about virtual assistants. You do not need to be educating clients on why it's a good idea to hire a VA over an employee. Not anymore. We had to do a lot of that when I started out. But instead, you're going to go and find the clients or the industries who are already using VAs and just see if they need the kind of help you offer. I highly suggest choosing a target market so that you can find a large group of potential clients who need the same or similar services. No needle in the haystack. You're going to be using a giant pitchfork when you are in the right community that has a lot of potential clients in it. What tools and software do I need to run a VA business? This totally depends on what kind of work you do for your clients. Obviously, if you do graphics work, you're going to need a good graphics software, right? An admin VA may not need that type of thing, but you will want to make sure that you are using a dedicated computer or a laptop that your family does not access. And you're going to want to have a way to produce invoices for your clients, a way for them to pay you, and whatever you need to do for the work you do, right? For me, that means a scheduling software. I use Calendly, a shared calendar. I use Google, a shared email. We use Gmail, a shared filing system. I use Dropbox and Google, a project management system, Asana and Trello, a graphics program, Canva, a password manager, Roboform, and I also use an all-in-one e-commerce solution for my CRM, email management, and online purchases. You don't need that as a VA, but that's something that I need obviously for my business. What you're going to need is going to depend very much on the services you offer your clients and what you need to run your own VA business. How much should I charge for my virtual assistant services? I always tell VAs, do the math to figure this out. You can ask around or pick a number out of thin air, but you need to make sure that you're building a business that's sustainable and profitable. Don't leave yourself short by not charging enough or not being able to pay yourself or any of your expenses. Research what others are charging, but still be sure to do the math yourself. You know how much you need to earn, so factor in all of your expenses and set your rates properly from the start. Do I need any specific certifications or training to become a virtual assistant? In general, you don't need to be certified to become a VA. You're opening a business, so you can do whatever you want, right? There may be industries, though, who prefer or require certification in something for them to work with you. Examples of these might be the legal industry, the medical industry, real estate industries. Other clients may ask you for proof of education or references before they agree to work with you, and that's totally okay too. Don't take that kind of thing personally. And be sure to learn what you don't know. If you don't know how to set up your business, learn that. If you don't know how to find clients, learn that. If you don't know how to use Canva, learn that if you need to. But if you're offering services that you have expertise in, you should be able to start your business without any additional training. How do I set up my home office for maximum productivity as a VA? I always suggest a private computer, as I did earlier, and you should also have a dedicated office space that you can close the door to at the end of the day. Working on your laptop at the kitchen island or the dining room table or the living room couch is really not a good plan, at least not long term. You want to set up an ergonomic workspace where you can pick up where you left off easily and be sure to stay organized. What are some common tasks that VAs typically handle for clients? Most often, virtual assistants I know start with general admin services, as, like I say, that's what a lot of us have experience with from our corporate jobs. And many VAs stay with general admin, which is absolutely fine. You don't have to ever do anything else. Other VAs learn about other things as we work with our clients, and some of us prefer to do that work because that will not only require us to not be at the ready at our computers all day long, like some general admin tasks can. Things like customer service, scheduling, maybe call answering, that type of thing. And when that happens, we can shift to new services like social media management or support for course creators, online teachers, speakers, and that type of thing. There's lots of things that won't keep you chained to your desk all day long. A lot of clients need help with marketing their business and finding clients, and I highly recommend that as a service to offer when you get some training and learn how to do that type of thing. And the plus is that you can do it for your own business too. Should I offer a discount to clients when I'm just starting out? Oh, this is such a common question. I highly recommend setting your rates and sticking with them. If you feel unprepared to work with clients, that's what you need to work on, not dropping your rates. You have to get yourself prepared. Don't offer services that you can't do well. That's kind of the number one thing. Do what you know. Write everything down that you know how to do, that you've made decisions about in your business. If you haven't done a business plan, this is a really easy way to make sure that you write everything down. Because if you don't believe that you can help your clients at the billable rate that you set, they're not going to believe it either. You have to exude confidence. You have to be confident when you talk to them. And that only comes from having conversations with people about what it is that you can do. No discounts. Never ask me that question. The answer will always be no. Find clients who value you and connect with them instead. How can I effectively market my VA services to potential clients? You are going to want to showcase your services online. For most VAs, that means having a website, but starting out, as long as you have a decked out LinkedIn profile that can act as a website, that will suffice. You want people to know what services you offer, who you help, how you help them, and how they can get in touch with you if they need the help that you provide your clients. That's really all you need to put out there, right? You will also want, like I mentioned earlier, to join a solid business community so that you can have regular conversations with business owners about getting support in their business. Getting visibility for your business means connecting with people. So whether you're doing it online or in person, one to one or in a group, you want to be clear about who you help and how you help them, and make sure that you are actively connecting with people every single day. How do I manage my time effectively while juggling multiple clients as a VA? Time management is one of the biggest things that VAs come to me for help with. As I describe it in our jobs, we usually have one direct report, right? Our boss. And so it makes it fairly easy to prioritize work that needs to be done, even if we have other supervisors or people that we do things for. The boss is the boss. It's usually very clear. In a VA business, all of your clients are the boss. They're the most important, no matter how much they're billing with you. So, mastering working with multiple clients is something you're going to need to perfect. The simple answer to this is that your schedule is your best friend, that you are in charge of it, that very few things are urgent, and lead times are going to be your best friend. Insist on good lead times for each task that you're going to do for your clients, and that's going to be the thing to help you manage your workload. If you don't know what a lead time is, that's something we can talk about in a cut to the chase call. What are some strategies for building long-term relationships with clients as a virtual assistant? This is actually a really easy one. It's communication. Talk to them often about how things are going and how they can progress. I recommend weekly production calls with your clients, 15 to 20 minutes at the beginning of every week, to ensure that everybody's priorities are lining up, yours and your clients, and that you learn more about their business every day so you can actually grow with them. Checking in with them by phone or Zoom once a week for a very short period, an overview call, is a really excellent way to keep your communication very sharp with your clients. How do I handle billing and invoicing for my VA services? I started with a Word doc and a PayPal account. It's just something simple. You need to do anything simple so that you can get things over to them easily and they can respond by paying you easily. I highly recommend getting payment in advance of doing any work for clients. One of my VAs used to send me an invoice for the coming month on the 20th of the month before. It was really easy for me to find time to pay her by the time the first arrived. I never did that with my clients, sending the invoice early, but I always tell VAs that I think it's a really great idea. What are the big challenges I might face when starting a VA business, and how can I overcome them? There's a lot of things, you might struggle with thinking that you have to know everything out of the gate, though. That's likely the biggest thing that I see. You don't need to know everything. And you may also struggle with making decisions about things that you've never done before. This is actually something that I point out very often in my cut to the chase calls. Don't get stuck on things like that. You're going to struggle to find clients as well if you don't learn how to do it. So what do I say? Learn what you don't know. Those are the really three biggies, I think. Are there any legal considerations I need to be aware of when starting a VA business? You should have business insurance since you are getting into the private business of somebody else, like into the back end of it. It's not mandatory to have business insurance, but I do think it's a really good idea to protect yourself, even if you're working with clients in the US, or especially, I should say, if you're working with clients in the US. You also need to make sure to do what you need to do for your government. That will be specific to your area, so I don't offer advice or support on that. I tell you to seek out that info on your government websites and in your departments. How can I stay organized and keep track of all the tasks and deadlines as a virtual assistant? Well, as I mentioned earlier, time management is going to be your best friend. The simplest advice I can give you for this, or the answer to this question, is learn how to do time management really well. How do I stay updated on industry trends and developments as a virtual assistant? Joining groups that are focusing on developments is a really great way to educate yourself on what's coming down the pipe. Be careful, though, of getting advice or information from too many sources. Find one or two that you really trust and stay up to date with them. You're going to want to know what's happening in the VA industry, but also in your clients' industries too. I think that's another reason that I think a target market is so important. And last question, what resources are available for ongoing learning and professional development in the field of virtual assistants? Well, me. I've been working with VA since 2010 to help them get started and work with clients. You are already in the right place. Let me know how I can help you. So there you go, 20 questions. I hope I was able to answer yours. If not, be sure to fire it over to me so I can get it answered for you. If you are ready to get some help to start your VA business, though, that's where I come in. I am here for one reason, to help you become a ridiculously good VA. I've helped hundreds of VAs who are stuck get moving through private coaching, group coaching, and live and self-study trainings. If you want to talk about how we can work together, let's connect on a cut to the chase call. You can book yours at yourvamentor.com/chase. That's CHASE. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I'll see you next time.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Ridiculously Good VA Show. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. For more great resources for your VA business, visit my website at yourvamentor.com. I'll see you back here next time.